Hi. We're watching Stranger Things again. We're back. It's season 5. Hello. Mitchell Lee, Tommy Grant, Connor Vandermark's probably out there.
He's playing hockey somewhere.
With a hockey puck. But Brandon Tew will be joining us for the final season of Stranger Things. Now, Brandon comes at this from a unique perspective, given that I think he streamed 4 seasons in 2 days or something ridiculous.
I think it was a week.
Record timing.
I think it was a week. Shout out to Netflix for having the feature where you can speed it up and do like 1-2-5. So it cuts down just a couple.
Hold on.
Shout out.
On.
No, I
You're
I
a
need
bitch for that.
How many episodes did you watch with a different speed, and what was the speed? Because
it was just 1-2-5, so it wasn't. It's honestly hardly noticeable unless there's fight scenes. Hardly noticeable. Can't even tell.
But did you do that for all of them?
Not all of them. I didn't do it for season 1. I'd already seen like seasons 1 through 3. I just wanted to because I hadn't seen them forever. So
I think you watched season 2 when you lived with me.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure we watched that together. Yeah.
Yep. And then I got like through season 3, 1 episode into 4, and then just never picked it up.
Speed.
I don't know what is wrong with me, but I just didn't. I keep doing the same thing with Yellowstone. I know, completely different show, but keep doing the same thing with Yellowstone.
I need to get into that.
I start it, and then I don't go anywhere with it. So this podcast forced me to actually commit, and I watched all 4 seasons, 1 through 4, in a week. I can also watch while I work because I can like pitch chart on the side while watching.
That's what I do with a lot of
movies.
That
is a high amount of dedication. It took me at least a good 3 weeks to get through.
I'm saying like 9 hours straight, like binged it all the way through. Tom.
Damn.
Season 1 done in 1 day.
I'm proud of you, Brandon.
Season 2 in 1 day. Like I
don't care what anybody says. I'm proud of you.
Stranger Things is awesome. Like binging the first couple of seasons is very easy. It's really easy to get like caught up in the show.
So, Brandon and I have a lot of talents. We're also bad at a lot of different things. But if there's one thing that Brandon and I... yeah, basically. But if Brandon and I have one talent down to a T, it's getting through a long list of movies or TV episodes in a short period of time. And this is the month of December. Brandon and I have had some epic rallies to the finish on just like watching movies for that year or whatever the case is. So
I can't wait to do it this year.
I'm already ahead of you, man. I've already watched 16 movies this month.
I have PTO from like the 17th or 18th of December until the new year. Mitchell, the rally is happening.
Yeah, I'm still.
You know what needs to happen?
The rally is happening.
I think they need to put TV shows, do a bulk season, enough for like 8 hours worth, put in the theaters for a long streaming for just an endless.
Oh, binge. I wish.
And that's what would get you guys out of this slump with TV shows.
Well, what
would watch them.
If they put it in a movie theater, I'm there.
Well, they are doing that for the finale.
Yes.
The finale of the show, the series finale, will be in theaters. I've already got my tickets. 8:30 New Year's Eve. Sarah and I are both really looking forward to it. Going to have a great time. But yeah, let's go ahead and start talking.
Well,
go ahead.
I want to expand on that because that just sets up such a high bar for this ending of a show, because everybody knows that a TV show is either made or destroyed by its ending. No matter how good a show is, it's always remembered by how it ends. And
I can agree with that.
Two shows that I absolutely love that I feel like got destroyed by the ending.
I hope you're thinking the same thing.
Two very well-known shows that had endings that were very controversial. One of them, most recently, was Game of Thrones. Second was
Which is the next one I'd like.
Oh, was Lost. Lost is another one. Lost is a good one. I thought you were going to say Dexter.
No, I actually never watched Dexter.
No, I don't think that's controversial.
Dexter,
I think everyone hates it.
No, the ending of Dexter might be the worst thing ever.
No matter how much you love the show, everybody always remembers the ending.
I will say
they'll either love it or they hate it. So the fact that the Duffer Brothers are basically saying, "Hey, this is movie cinematic, cinematic experience worthy," is already setting such a high bar for what this finale is going to be. So I'm very curious to what the hell is going to transpire in that episode that made it that
these
epic.
episodes. Yeah, these episodes are movies. Is what they basically are. It's movie quality, movie length. They're movies. I will just want to. Everyone hates Dexter. I don't want to turn this into a rant. The new series and the new show, or like Dexter New Blood, kind of saved the ending of Dexter. It like made
I've
it.
heard
make
it's
sense.
good.
Yeah, it's good. Good show. And then they have the new one, like Dexter Origins. All these like spin-offs of Dexter are like actually good. And so now I'm thinking, man, the ending of that show was awful, but they got together and actually made something of it. I'm hoping the ending of Stranger Things is as peak as the first 2 seasons. Like I'm really hoping for that, and I think this first episode we can get into it a little bit.
Yep. So
yeah, I don't know.
Before we dive in, we do a grading like we do with Press Play Action, where we rate every single episode. Yeah. So since you weren't with us for the first 4 seasons, what was your favorite season and what was your favorite episode?
Favorite season
does not have to be from the same season.
Favorite season by far, I think, was 2. Favorite episode though.
Wait, what season? Favorite season was 2.
Yeah, I really like season 2. Yeah.
2.
What's wrong with 2?
I will tell
2
you.
Introduce doesn't 2 introduce Max, and 2 introduces like all this cool stuff.
I will tell you right now that is definitely the least favorite season on average for us.
That's fine. You guys can have your opinion. I think 2 sets up the rest of the show. Personally. Favorite episode though, into season 3. Absolutely nuts.
Okay, that's ours as well.
3.
Yeah,
last episode of season 3 is nuts. But I mean, if I was ranking that episode specifically, I'm feeling like 90 something, like A+, like 90 something, like that. Okay. That episode is peak.
We do these on a 0 to 10. I go deep into the decimals.
Yeah. I'm thinking like 9.4.
We're spent on Mitchell for his rating system.
Yeah,
9.4 on season 3 final episode.
Okay,
all right.
But season 2 is my favorite, so I don't really know where that hate was.
Now, overall, who is your favorite character overall?
Favorite character. Can I have a duo?
Yes.
I think Steve and Dustin, that buddy cop relationship in whatever seasons you're in, is awesome. When they're on screen together, it's awesome. Maybe that's why I don't love.
I'm glad you said that, because we're going to get into that in a few minutes when we start this episode.
Yeah,
and walk through. But yeah.
What did you guys have?
My earlier seasons, definitely Hopper. He's kind of a hit or miss for me now, depending on how they write him in the episode.
Character.
But yeah, Steve Dustin was always the dynamic that I loved watching, and Murray was probably my fan favorite. Just the outlandish things that he says and just how he interacts with
Murray
people.
Is outlandish.
Like he might be my favorite. I don't know. It's kind of a tough call.
Murray feels like Mitchell's favorite character.
No.
Mitchell crapped on Murray a decent bit last season.
My favorite character is Stephen Dustin. It's probably my favorite at the moment. My favorite season was, let's see, where'd I have it at? My favorite season was season 3. I know that gets a little bit of hate.
Season. That would be my
order is 3, 1, 4, 2.
That is insane.
As of this moment.
That is insane.
But 3 and 1 and 4 are very close. 2 is
the beginning of 1
distant 4th.
Okay, if you say so. The beginning of 1 is great. The ending to 1, a lot of cliffhanger there. I don't know if I love it. Fair enough.
It's the most consistent season as far as I'm concerned. So Tommy, you wanna take this one away?
Yes, let's dive into this one. So first off, new season, we have some new cast members available. it's kind of fitting since we're kind of, press play action tie-in. We're doing the Terminator franchise. We now have Linda Hamilton on the screen.
Yeah.
I enjoyed her
Didn't
character.
even make the connection, but thank you.
We also have Alex Bro, who plays Lieutenant Robert Akers, who, for those that don't know, he's currently playing Dr. Brenner on the Stranger Things Broadway show, The First Shadow, which apparently has a huge tie-in to the season.
Oh. Like, do I have to see the Broadway show?
Don't think I like that.
I mean,
is this like a cursed child situation?
They're going to explain it a lot in the show, I'm sure, but essentially the Broadway show is a backstory on Victor
Creel?
Yeah, Victor Creel and how he gets his powers and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
We see basically he went to school at the same time as Joyce, Hopper, Bob, all the parents of the kids in Stranger Things.
This is like a Degrassi situation.
Yeah, so
I don't know if I like that.
So it's one of those things where it's like he has a connection to all these people, and they.
I met Vecna at school.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like a lot of people are joking about, but it's like a lot of them haven't put together the fact that Victor is Vecna. They know who Vecna is. They know who Victor are, but they haven't. They don't know the connection at the moment. So I'm sure they're going to really explore that in this season. And
again, that's a positive for Degrassi, but also a negative is how much interconnection there is. Yeah. I'm interested with what they're doing, like what Stranger Things, what the Duffer Brothers is going to do with that connection. Because I'm like sitting there watching it on screen, like screaming at them, like, how do you not know?
I know. I'm very curious how they're going to unveil it, but they have established that the play is canon in the universe, and it is essential to understanding Victor Creel's backstory.
Nothing wrong with that. Make Cursed Child canon. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
Stop.
Hope Love plays Mrs. Harris, who is the school teacher. The only reason she's notable is she's actually the high school drama teacher of the Duffer Brothers. They brought her on as kind of like a special, like she was the one who inspired them to basically do what they do now. Oh, nice. So they brought her on as kind of a special kind of guest role for the season. So with that, we will dive into our season 5, episode 1 with what I thought was a kind of interesting way to start off the season, where we have the backstory on Will actually being captured and seeing him in the Upside Down. I did not care for that whole sequence.
Whoa.
The reason being, I thought it was cool to finally see what happened to him. I just don't like how they all of a sudden have him as like a superstar or fucking Spider-Man climbing up trees with absolutely zero problem. Like he's supposed to be this like dweebish little nerdy kid that, you know, gets picked on, but all of a sudden he's like fucking Spider-Man climbing up a tree being chased by a Demogorgon, no problem at all. I was like, it was a little unbelievable to me. I don't know how you know
why I didn't like it.
Why didn't you like it?
Just think they could have done it 3 seasons earlier. Sorry.
No, because if I stuck Noah Schnapp in a wet paper bag, he couldn't act his way out of it. And the fact that was the very first thing that I had to start with.
This is why I came here. I came for the Noah Schnapp.
I'm sure you've heard.
I've heard way too much about Noah being bad at acting. On the side.
Yeah. So the fact that I'm like, oh, we're starting with this doofus. Huh. All right, well, back to Stranger Things we go. The one person I don't like at all. And I didn't like the song, didn't really fit, and it just felt like it didn't feel like the greatest way to start the season. Now, I understand it a little bit more. I'll just leave it at that. But I get it. So it doesn't bother me as much with context.
Okay.
I'll just say that.
I like the fact that they gave context as to how he was actually taken and what he went through in the Upside Down for at least a brief period, because they show him getting captured pretty quick. Well, let's move on to kind of the almost like rehash catch up that they like to do at the beginning of every season, where they just show where everybody's kind of at. And Yes,
I do
and
appreciate
that's
that.
always how this kind of falls out with Stranger Things. They love to give 1 or 2 episodes where it's just kind of a hash out of all the characters and kind of like, hey, this is what's going on. Because time gap wise, obviously for us, it's been freaking forever since season 4 ended. But I believe it's about a year and a half time in Stranger Things world where it's kind of been about a year. I was expecting a much different approach. I was expecting like the world to be taken over by Vecna because like the end of season 4, it was like the world was going to shit, and I was expecting Vecna to be like have full control and everybody be fighting him, but it turns out military basically has it contained to one little spot, and that is his house. And they're doing these crawls, and it's like a whole it's almost like Red Dawn. If you guys ever saw Red Dawn, it gave me very big Red Dawn vibes.
I think I played like a video game based
I
on Red Dawn.
hadn't
I don't know if
seen
I've
the
ever
original Red Dawn. I've seen the
Red Dawn.
remake with Chris Hemsworth and Josh Peck, which I think is firmly in the conversation for worst movies I've ever seen. It definitely belongs in that category. So I understand that whole like,
interesting,
but that mean the whole season or the whole series has kind of had that vibe of like no one else understands what these kids are doing except for the small group of adults, but they're not even really kids anymore. They're like 36-year-olds pretending to be 15.
It's a little different this season because every season we always kind of joked about how the whole first half of the season is multiple groups of people doing their own thing, working on kind of the same project just from different angles. And then we have that kind of coming together episode where all those groups kind of come together and be like, oh, you've been doing this too. Oh, we've been doing this. And they kind of unflesh the plot in front of us. This, we already have them all working together on this whole operation. So that was kind of a unique way to start the show. I liked Robin as the disc jockey because I feel like that fits her personality perfectly.
I like how we've gone away from. I feel like unfortunately last season they made Robin annoying as shit in season 4 after being so likable.
You said that. I disagree. I thought she was great in season 4.
No, I loved her in season. I loved her
I'm in the middle.
Season 3. I did not like her much in season 4, and in season 5 so far, I think we've gotten back on good footing with. Well, Robin.
See, I think season 3 they kept her more reserved because I don't think she felt like she was part of the group, so she was still kind of keeping her, I won't say crazy side, but just eccentric side to herself, or very talkative side to herself. Whereas season 4, she was part of the group. She felt more comfortable. She was showing her true self, and is continued on into this. But now she almost kind of has it like tuned in because she's just talking all the time. Now it's a disc jockey, so she has kind of a source to just keep talking.
That's fair.
And I like how Steve's kind of just there pushing the buttons for her. I feel like
he's doing way more than that. He's producing for her. He's making sounds in the background. He's doing like chicken noises with rubber chickens. What do you mean? He's integral. He's integral.
It's just I feel like he's always kind of hindering his potential. Like I feel like he could do more, but he tries not to.
Yeah. That's Steve Harrington, baby.
That's what makes his character so lovable.
If you're below the bar, no one can question it, baby. You gotta be below the bar the entire time. No, I like the scene where they bring you in. Can I say at the end of that episode, or I don't want to jump ahead too much, but using her as code at one point is brilliant. I think that is, I think that's a great way of like
that was a cool way to kind of have her. I mean, everybody has their role in the show, and she's definitely kind of the code breaker where she uses. I think they have kind of established that radio station just for that purpose.
Yeah, they
which
did.
I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, they didn't really explicitly say it, but I mean, let's be honest. They put it on the top of a hill for that purpose. They are the only radio source for the town, probably the only news source for the town. Let's just rip off the Band-Aid and talk about Dustin and Steve. It just doesn't feel the same.
No.
But I know it's on purpose because obviously we have Dustin going through like PTSD, depression. I mean, just the whole works between losing Eddie. You definitely see him fully embodying Eddie in this first episode. Same outfit. He's even wearing Eddie's ring on his finger, and just has that Eddie attitude walking through the hall.
Yeah, if there's one thing I have not liked about this season so far, strangely enough, it has been Dustin.
Yeah.
And I never thought I'd say that.
Oh, no. And it's on purpose.
I understand. Again, it's got a reason to it.
We've gone 4.
It's a crash out. We can call it what it is. We've
gone 4 seasons of fun Dustin, Steve bonding, and now we're finally going through just depression because they've lost so much.
But everyone knows it. Everyone's like, "What's wrong with him? Like, what's up with his attitude?" Yeah, it's a crash out. It's a crash out. No, I mean, look, it's borderline dangerous to crash out. He's like performing too.
Yeah, we'll get to some of that stuff next episode. But like, he's doing dangerous shit.
Yeah.
Well, even this episode, I mean, putting the snake in the locker, he's purposely picking fights. It's a lot of. He's kind of in the I want to almost feel pain to kind of like feel something kind of phase, but he's also just trying to do everything right by Eddie and make sure Eddie is remembered. So he's kind of fighting 2 battles at the same time.
I mean, this is the same episode. I'll go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
When he gets jumped, I contemplated Googling, does Dustin die in Stranger Things?
Why would you?
I was like,
why would you Google that?
I was like, no, because it was upsetting me because we had ourselves like an outsider situation. I thought he was going to get stabbed.
Well, then you would find out by watching.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been 10 minutes later, but like I paused the episode and contemplated Googling.
You have a very odd watching experience because I would never stop a show just to Google something that I would probably find out.
Well, I didn't do it, but I'm just telling you, like, that's how stressed I got.
Over the next couple episodes, if you ever have that hesitation, just picture me screaming at you going, no.
Just fight through it.
Stop it.
Don't do that shit.
Just fight through it. Yeah, I mean, what is he doing? Is he, like, and then I totally get cleaning Eddie's grave off, but, like, once he realizes he's getting jumped, then he, like, eggs them on even more.
Well,
like, he's just asking.
Yeah, and he's in a hard place, and he's trying to deal with it in his own way.
And I get it. Eddie's a hero, dude.
At the same time,
everyone's saying that Eddie's like this terrible person, is a demon. He's
standing up for Eddie's legacy in his eyes, and also, you're cornered by 4 guys. Like, he knows he's not running away, so it's kind of like, well,
he was probably getting his ass kicked anyway. That's a good point.
But next, I would say 11 had an interesting start in this episode. The training montage, I was kind of surprised they didn't have like an 80s like Rocky training montage type sequence.
They kind of did.
They kind of did, yeah. But not to the full.
Not to
the full 80s montage.
Well, yeah, they didn't go full like Eye of the Tiger.
Well, I'll be a hero.
I mean,
I won't.
That would have been a good song to play.
That would have been awesome.
What song did they play, or did they even play anything?
I forget what song they played, but in my head, I pictured they should have played
Holding
that
Out for a Hero, like after Shrek 2, I feel like no one else should be allowed to use that song.
I don't think they had
I don't know what song they
played.
I don't think they played the song.
I wrote a couple of the songs down. So they had Rock and Robin that they played, Pretty in Pink, The Upside Down by Diana Ross. Those were all songs Robin played at the radio.
I remember that.
Yeah, I don't think they played anything during that scene.
It might have just been score for that scene. I don't think there was an actual song. But did you notice the outfit she was wearing was like spot on the Goonies that Josh Brolin wears? Like the same like training
outfit? Because
now that you pointed
I have
that
never
out,
seen the Goonies.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, I've also only seen the Goonies.
Are you kidding me?
Once, and I don't remember it. I was really young when I saw it.
I was Never when I saw it.
Yeah, you're talking to two film heads who have never seen the
telling you.
Goonies.
This is a side I didn't want to see out of you tonight, and this is not good.
Well, maybe we'll have to pick it for a fucking review one of these days, Tommy boy.
Had I known you fools had never seen the Goonies, I would have.
We'll have to do that one of these days. Also, can I get this on record right here, right now?
Yes.
Please do whatever you got to do.
Okay, season 5. It's been some years since the first episode, not just in our first season, not just in like our lives, but in the show. So I want to get this on record. I don't give a fuck about the Nancy love triangle anymore. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I have not in years given a fuck about the character.
Been in a love triangle?
Hey, I don't think I've... No, I can't say I've never been in a love triangle, but it's been well over a decade. Yeah.
A while.
I come on top in love triangles, damn it. But I'll tell you this. I don't give a fuck about Jonathan. I don't give a fuck about Jonathan. I do not care. I don't. I'm sorry. You cannot make me care about this character. Anything that he is doing, whether he was with the fucking weed man in the last season, Argyle, or fucking Road.
Don't you trash on Argyle. Don't
fuck that dude.
No. You shut your mouth.
Can I say the pizza, the surfer pizza, whatever he worked at? Great chain idea.
What's funny?
Awful
is we
execution.
actually they were selling that for a little bit, and Sarah and I got some. And it was fine. It was decent. Nothing I would go and be like, oh, you got to go get this. But it's pizza, man. How can you fuck up pizza?
Yeah, I'm not backing everything you're saying.
Yes, you are.
But I will say this. I'm out on Jonathan Byers.
I was out on Jonathan Byers last season.
I just am.
Kill the Byers family, except for Joyce,
No.
Whoa.
Kill them.
Whoa.
We like Joyce.
Speaking of that, oh my gosh, there was a couple of moments in this episode and just in general where I was like, do I have to Google
Stop
something?
Googling shit.
No, I'm kidding.
Put the Google away.
Yeah, it's fine.
Also, I did love. Okay, I made it sound like I was like some big Murray hater. I'm not. I just think that they just kind of have him
character.
Like be good at everything.
No.
But
that's
specialty's
being good at everything.
No, he's the man.
I think
he likes to oppose the government. So any way he can oppose the government, he will. And what better way than to be an actual smuggler of a group that's basically opposing the U.S. military?
He gets things done.
This is like Murray's
I liked his
the best moment
in the first scene where he's the Red from Shawshank Redemption. He's the guy that can get you things. I liked that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's
a good way to use that character.
Thing. But favorite moment of the episode when he shuts Dustin up and he goes, "Merry fucking Christmas. Santa brought you this, this, and this while smuggling it over government lines, you piece of shit."
He's a great character when it comes to interactions. Because
finally, someone told Dustin to shove it.
Not even that, but just like Dustin's always that smart ass character that has no problem being a dick to adults. Mr. Wheeler, especially, as we've seen over past seasons.
Can we just say the Wheelers clueless?
We are seeing the decline and collapse of Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler as parents. The whole argument they had towards the end of the episode where Mrs. Wheeler's like, "You don't even know how old your daughter is," and stuff like that. I'm like, ooh, that's a low blow. I'm saying you don't care about your family. Like, you don't even know how old your kids are.
But do they? All this shit's going on in their hometown, and they don't know where their kids are. They don't know what's happening to
especially now.
They're like, and Mr. Wheeler just bitches about all this.
That was probably the best. Mr. Wheeler moment in the very beginning when they're all at the breakfast table and he doesn't get anything to eat because everybody just like that's what happens.
Oh, I guess you can just eat that. And Dustin's like, no worries, I'll eat it. It's like, oh yeah, I guess you can just have those pancakes. Fuck you. It's comical. It really is. But as parents, the opposite example of what you want to set, and maybe that's what it was like growing up in the 80s. I don't know, but I feel like once there's one too many murders in a town or something, you should probably know.
It made me wonder when we were watching the episode and the fact that they're living at the Wheeler's house. That means I'm assuming somebody bought the buyer's home, but it's like, given that town,
it might have got destroyed in the earthquake.
I wonder if that is what happened. Because I was just wondering. I'm like, I feel like the buyer's home is almost like Michael Myers' house, where it's like it's so cursed because so much crazy stuff has happened at that house. No one's gonna want to buy it in that kind of a small town. So I was like, why didn't they just move back into their old house? But they never explained that, so who knows? But yeah, that is a good possibility. It could have been swallowed up in the earthquake. They just put metal boards over it to cover up.
Can we talk about how they just like introduced the plot line of the earthquake and like all this military security and no one's questioning anything? And my favorite, Mr. Wheeler offers some awesome lines.
Yeah, I think when he's like, that's the first time anyone has said that on this podcast. I can tell you that right now.
I do think his opening was it the news thing where it might have been the ending of season 4 when he's like, oh look, they're talking about it opening a gate to hell.
Yeah,
of course this he basically says this fake news media, you can't trust him. And I was like, holy shit, he's so clueless.
They both are
that's him. That's that character to a T. Just stupid.
I was like, how do you not know that your kids are like going through the gates of hell basically in your like own house? Like just unbelievable. He's a crazy character. I'm 2 thumbs down on the Wheeler family.
We're starting to see that now that
kill the Wheelers.
Holly has now become a.
We don't have to
kill them all.
Every family in this movie.
Well, I don't know because Holly's becoming a new focal point of the Wheeler family. She's been slept on.
Actually,
I don't think she was even in season 4. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, she was, but she was like a 8-year-old.
Well, that's the thing. She's supposed to be like. I think she's supposed to be like 8 years old. Like she's supposed to be little, and they picked a much older, not significantly older, but definitely older for that character.
But she looks 5th grade, middle school.
They definitely like when they swapped out actress.
The focal point of her, I guess, at the end of this episode, she's turning into the focal point. We don't know anything about this character.
That means she has a purpose for this season, obviously, because there's no reason to recast her and have her be involved in this. The whole concept of Mr. What's-It being introduced. She's definitely going to be set up for something big. I know, Mitchell, you've already watched ahead.
I sadly have
to. So we've all watched ahead, so we know what's to come with Mr. What's-It. But
do we like that? Do we like that it ends off with Holly?
Yes, because I know that they're going to set up something big, and the fact that Holly's being involved, I think, is going to introduce a interesting dynamic. One, for the Wheelers as parents, because now they're going to have literally 3 kids just out of the house causing problems, and they're going to have no.
Maybe they finally have to do something as parents.
I'm very curious to see how they're going to play out that whole family line.
Sorry, I don't want to be mean.
Yeah,
figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
They're arguing like that's how the episode ends. They're arguing downstairs about their children, and then their child is about to get. What are we doing? Yeah,
that's what their kids away.
Like, and that was before the second episode of the season. Like, I wanted CPS call to them like season 3.
I know that Holly's gonna be a bigger part in this series is because the whole obviously this D&D plays a major part in this show, and the scene where Mike sits down with her on the bench in school and basically gives her a little D&D character, that's clearly a foreshadowing of, hey, she's going to be related to this character in some way, shape, or form. So we're definitely have to talk about this with Connor next week when he comes on, because he's for lack of better terms, the D&D expert of our group. So we're going to talk about that one, because I think the character is going to play an important role in the series.
So we're talking about Holly the Heroic, but let's just Mr. What's It.
What about
Let's get it out there. I think her mom even says something to her dad in the middle of that conversation, where her dad's like downplaying her having an imaginary friend, and her mom's like, "It was cool when she was like 3 years old. Now it's not so cool. Like, you probably shouldn't have an imaginary friend."
It makes me wonder what she's
at
seen,
that age,
because the Duffer Brothers don't put things in for no reason in the show, and we've seen Holly kind of see things a few times throughout the series. When in season 1 we saw her see the Demogorgon attempt to come through the walls when they were at the Byers' house. Season 3, when they were up in the Ferris wheel, she saw the monster coming. It's like she's been seeing things the past couple of seasons that I'm sure she's mentioned, and her parents are like, "Oh, you're just seeing imaginary friends and stuff like that." So who's to say she hasn't been seeing other things this entire time, and we just never knew about it?
Yeah. Oh no, fair.
Mr. What's It obviously being the more recent and more critical imaginary friend.
But
more critical imaginary friend.
It makes me not love the Wheelers.
We've established it. They're not.
I don't want to belabor it. I don't want to belabor it, but
to go back to the love triangle that Mitchell has. So
fuck you.
Oh, I thought we were skipping over the love triangle. Can we just talk about the crawl itself? Like, I don't even care about.
I didn't like it, because I don't like the fact that
moving on.
Of course.
Well, they're clearly setting up.
Who in the hell likes
setting
love
up
triangle?
like one of the two is going to die at the end of the season, because there's no reason as to why they're competing.
You had to say it.
And bringing that. I mean, come on. Am I wrong? I think it's going to be.
I don't think you're wrong. If it's Steve,
I don't want to be. I don't want to be right, but I'm putting up money on the fact that Steve is going to be the one that dies. He's going to sacrifice himself because he thinks that Nancy should be with Jonathan, and some bullshit reason like that.
That's insane. Absurd.
Because why else would we have had multiple scenes with the two of them competing against each other?
Because they're stupid 20-something-year-old boys.
We had
19-year-old boys.
No, they're 15.
Even season 3.
A girl who finally loves them is like,
in season 3 had fully accepted his fate of like, hey, this just isn't going to work. Season 4, we started to see the rekindling of like, I still want to be with you, but I know I'm not going to be able to be with you.
Because Steve is a cool person.
I thought it was odd that season 5, they're like, hey, we're going to like take this concept that we didn't really play with too much the past season and a half and just ramp it up to 100 in the first episode.
And just ramp it up.
For that either.
We're going to climb 100-foot ladders.
But I really appreciated Murray's
as quick as possible.
With the whole disc basically saying, hey, you'll find this very engaging, like just hinting. And Nancy definitely picked up on it, but I thought it was pretty funny. Now, to the crawl.
Murray
we'll move past that.
Is the reason.
Thank you.
I was just going to point out, Murray's the reason that Jonathan and Nancy are a thing. It's Murray's fault.
I think Murray's the only one rooting for the two of them.
Murray.
It's definitely not Mitchell. That's for sure.
What a terrible
hell no.
Rooting. I'm not rooting for either of them to be with Nancy. I think Nancy needs to move on. Do we even want to touch on? I don't think he said anything to her about college. Jonathan.
Jonathan ain't going to fucking college. He's dumb as hell.
Whoa! I was gonna say after the earthquake. Yeah. After the earthquake, they definitely.
Jonathan smoked all his IQ points away. Hell no.
Yeah, let's talk about the crawl.
Let's do it.
I mean, that's why we're here, right? I mean, we're 40 minutes in. The episode's titled "The Crawl," and we haven't talked about.
Don't worry, we are crawling our way to talk about the crawl.
See what you did there.
Aha!
Yeah,
that was clever.
You know why? I didn't like it.
Well, expand upon yourself, sir. What didn't you like?
I think it's kind of like a rushed concept in this episode. They kind of just are like, oh, we've done 37 of these. It's a cool like way they've introed it. with her using the radio broadcast as like a coded broadcast alert. Like I like that. I think it's like a really cool use of Robin's character. But then everything inside of the crawl and all the which by the way, all the planning and all the stuff that goes into it, and then none of these people were like, hey, the one dude who always shows up on time and is on top of his shit more than anyone and cares about like people actually responding to him and picking up the walkie-talkie isn't picking up his walkie-talkie. But I mean, hopefully Dustin shows up.
They were all no one was like, hey, maybe he might be hurt or something. They're like, oh, fuck this guy.
I was very.
This is
I
the
was
dude
very
who shows up
with,
nonstop
Yeah,
throughout
I was
the
very
entire
disappointed with
show.
how they handled that
Entire show.
I think that's going to show how desperate they are to prove whether or not Vecna is still alive. Like that. That is the ultimate thing in their eyes at this point. Like they need to make sure Vecna is out of the picture. And because I don't think in any other situation they would have been like, oh yeah, let's forget about Dustin and move on because he's just not showing up. Like, yeah,
he's the one dude who shows up.
So I'm a little surprised, especially Steve of all people. Steve or Mike, like I was surprised neither of them. Like we should go look for him.
But maybe we don't know the dynamic. Everybody in that group is like, oh my god, Dustin's
and again we're a year,
so maybe
we're
not understanding that dynamic
of them doing this. Like obviously, there's a lot of in between details that we just don't have.
Yeah, can we have a montage there? Can we just like have something to catch us up instead of being like
I can
in passing conversation? This is
honestly,
our 37th
I can almost
crawl.
see them being at this point where, assuming Dustin has been like this for the past year and a half, I feel like people are probably like he's being a little insufferable at this point, and they're just kind of like, if he's not there,
that's fair. But then they can't say it to his face. They can't say it to his face at like the lunch table.
Awkward.
Like, hey man, awkward, you suck.
Like topic, like how do you approach it? Like, hey, we know you're grieving, but you're being kind of a dick. Like, how do you broach that topic?
Right.
Like, because obviously Dustin was closest to Eddie, and he's obviously hurting. But how do you say, hey, move on? Because clearly he's not. Nor should he, I think, in this case, because he was the only person kind of, holding up the torch for Eddie, and because nobody else is going to. Even those that knew Eddie during that time, like Steve, Mike, and all them, no one else has tried. Just Dustin. But regardless of that, the fact that he wasn't there for this one, this was clearly a important crawl, which is why I think they decided to go out without him, because I forget what they described in the episode. Basically, this was a untimely crawl, so they were like, yeah, we got to move. Something big's going down. This is a all in or all out kind of situation. And it's annoying that Hopper keeps holding 11 back. I know why. Like, he's still being too protective, but it's like come on,
like the people in the back.
We've been through this for 4 seasons now of you trying to protect 11 and hold.
Did you not see what she did during the training run? She is way more prepared for this crawl and for anything in the Upside Down than anything that Hopper. I love Hopper. I think he's a badass. But they're putting that 11 is the most powerful character in this.
He's constantly using that crutch of, oh, you're just not ready. Like, they're gonna hurt you. It's like,
why put her in danger for this crawl? Well, then why are we doing this crawl in the first place?
Thank you.
On the other token, it's like, well, what if something happens to you? You're like, oh, I don't care if I get hurt, but it's like, you're the main fighter, I guess. Like, you're the main dude. Like, enforcer of this whole group. No one else can fight with the exception of him and 11. One of them goes down, 11 has to go in after him. So it's like, why not go in together?
And if you've done 30 plus crawls, 37 I think is what the number was. If you've done that many crawls and you've been unsuccessful, maybe switch it up.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, well, they say like every time they go in, they go to a different like section of the town.
Yeah, he can clear a section pretty easily, but switch it up.
This was very reminiscent of Harry Potter to me. Of the whole like, is he not alive? Like, some people believe Vecna's still there, some people believe he's dead. And I fall for the MCU trope of no body, no death. Season 4, we never saw the body, so obviously we know he's still kicking in there somewhere. but I'm just kind of surprised that it's been a year and a half and he still hasn't. He made all this effort to come.
He got badly injured, so that's where
and that's
I
like the
kind of
Voldemort
accept
trope.
the
It's like,
plot.
you know, it's basically the same storyline.
I mean, this trope is used throughout the history of storytelling, but yes, it's very much.
That's the one that comes to mind.
Oh, I've been weakened. I need to go somewhere else.
When I saw this, so I was like, it's very reminiscent of that.
Do you like it? Do you like Vecna?
Vecna been on that Ozempic lately.
As a villain, I like Vecna.
How do we think about Vecna?
I mean, I know we talked about last season, but for you, Brandon, since you weren't here, I compared him heavily to Freddy Krueger.
The season 4 reveal for Vecna was nuts. Like how he became Vecna was
probably one of the best parts of the show. So I'm very curious, like what kind of twist they're going to throw in for the season. But I really enjoy Vecna as a villain.
I like him. I'm just interested to see what all they do with him in this season.
And that's why I'm curious because of the tie-in with the Broadway play, because the Broadway play paints him out to be a victim. The Broadway play paints him out to be victim number one and not actually a villain.
Of course, they're gonna wicked this shit.
I think they might. No. They might go somewhere along the lines.
If we're moving the MCU trope, the MCU didn't really get into this with Thanos, but if you read the comic books, Thanos is the pettiest villain of all time, and I hope Vecna can be as petty as a villain and just start wrecking shit for no reason. That's what I hope for in this season. I hope he just becomes petty as fuck. Personally, I'm rooting for it. Like I'm rooting for the pettiness. Like this man is attacking Hawkins solely because he used to live there. Like I mean, I really what he could move, he could go anywhere, and he just uses Hawkins as like his playground to destroy stuff. People keep going like, why is this happening to Hawkins, Indiana? Mitchell, I did see the one tweet or something that you posted on social media that was like, I can't believe in this universe that no one's said a single thing about Larry Bird.
It takes place in Indiana in the 80s. No one's like, man, Larry Bird cooked the Knicks last night, you know.
Larry Bird dropped 30 the other day. Like, no mention of Larry Bird in this universe.
There's still time. There's still time.
Yeah, I'm here for. Yeah, there is still time. I'm here for Vecna pettiness. I'm here for it. I want him to be petty. Like I want multiple. If we're gonna go down that road, I want multiple.
I think we're gonna get a lot of deaths this season. The Duffer Brothers have even teased that.
I'll believe it when I see it because we've had a lot of deaths, but they've all been the new characters.
They do. Yeah, they do like to do that. The Billy death hit hard, but yeah, I mean it's a new character. He also like wasn't a good character until like the last 10 minutes of his life. So like more like a good person. So like, what are we talking about here? Like, you know.
All right, time to grade this thing.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy, you want to lead us off?
Yeah, I went with a 8.5.
That seems high.
I didn't want to go lower only because the reasons I hated this episode were intentional for the character development. I'm gonna. So Brandon, we also make predictions for what Mitchell graded the episodes. Based on his reaction,
a classic prediction of like 6.1 at best. Like this dude is gonna go low.
Well, I go 2 decimal points, Brandon.
Yeah, he
6.15. Like it's bad. Really bad.
I'm gonna go 5.7 for Mitchell's pick. But Brandon, give your rating.
All right.
I mean,
go
ahead. Go ahead and give yours because I'm just way more intrigued. The audience cares about that way more than they care about my grade.
I think that this season, at least in the first episode, I think some of the CG was a bit rough. I think there was some of all right, we're kind of we've been on a long break. We haven't been these characters in a minute. Everyone feels old, and I will say that the next few episodes are definitely better, and I think that everyone kind of settles back into things. That's kind of the risk that you take when you go long periods of time without making these shows, and you have a younger cast that ages. So I gave this a 6.34. I was low on this one, but I promise that we do go up from here.
Okay, that's fair.
I think the ending saved it for me from being like a 5, like in the 5s. Like I was out on this episode. I'm around Mitchell. I'm at a 6.31.
Damn,
that's very similar to mine. See, Brandon and I do share very similar content brain.
Oh, I know.
I was very close to like a 5.9 until we got like the ending of this episode. I think the setup with Holly, making her feel like she's going to be more important, like something major is going to happen at the beginning of episode 2, kind of saved it a little bit for me. Honestly, I'm out on the love triangle. I'm out on the crawl. I'm out on Dustin being a dick to everyone. I'm out on everyone being a dick to Dustin, and that's why you get this grade. Just is what it is. 8.5 is crazy though.
I'm always you know me. I'm always a generous grader.
That's fair.
All right. Well, yeah, we got the next episode, which is called "The Vanishing of," but did it get another name? Because on Netflix it just said "The Vanishing of ... Okay.
No, there's another.
That's been since revealed. It's of Holly.
Oh, it has. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what could it be? And yeah, I think I saw that it was Holly Wheeler somewhere. But okay, so that's officially been revealed. So if that was a surprise to you, it's been out already. What the fuck are you doing? So we'll talk to you next week about The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler, and hopefully Brandon and I continue to have our grades rise. So talk to you then.